Okay, we are live. All right, so Mr. Mungia, are you Malachi Mungia?
Yes.
Are you a U.S. citizen, sir?
Yes.
You've been charged, and I think you can see the screen. It shows a document entitled Defendant's Waiver of Constitutional Rights. And there you see that you are being charged with the offense of criminal trespass on private property.
Your Honor, may I interrupt just for a minute? Mr. Mungia, is that how your name is spelled? Do you see that on the screen, your last name?
That's incorrect.
Yes, I don't think there's a U in his last, it's M-U-N-G-I-A. I believe it's Mungia. So if we could just make that correction on the record, Judge.
Oh, I've always seen it spelled with a U. I just don't. What makes you think it doesn't have the U?
He corrected me early on in my representation of him. My appointment order also has a U in it, but he told me it's M-U-N-G-I-A. Is that correct, Mr. Mungia?
Yes.
Oh, you're muted, sir. Can you? Yeah, there you go. So does it have a G-U-I-A or just G-I-A, Mr. Mungia?
A GIA.
Just G-I-A?
Yes.
Yes, which is how it's spelled on his Zoom
Okay,
name as well.
I'm going to change that now.
Thank you.
Okay, it's been corrected. Thank you, Ms. Settle.
Welcome.
So as you see on the screen, can we go to the waiver, please? Okay, you're charged with the offense of criminal trespass on private property. That's a Class B misdemeanor. The range of punishment for that is up to 180 days in Bexar County Jail and or a fine up to $2,000. You understand that, sir?
Yes.
Mr. Mungia, would you please say something?
Yes, I understand.
Okay, great. So we're going to go to page 2. Did you electronically sign that, Mr. Mungia?
Yes.
I'm sorry, you didn't hear.
Yes, I signed it.
Okay. Do you understand that by signing that document, you're giving up your right to a jury trial, your right to remain silent, as well as all those other rights, 1 through 14, that are listed in that document? You understand that?
I understand.
If you have an agreement with the state and I follow it, but then later on tonight or tomorrow, you change your mind and you want to take back your plea, you would need my permission to do that, but I do not have to give that permission. Do you understand that, sir?
Yes, I understand.
Okay. If I assess a harsher punishment than what you have agreed to, then you can take back your plea and nothing that you've said or signed can be used against you. Also, if you plead no contest to this charge, I can still find you guilty of this charge. Do you understand that, sir?
I understand.
So, Ms. Settle, have you had an opportunity to discuss the charge with Mr. Mungia?
Yes, Your Honor.
In your opinion, does he have a factual as well as a rational understanding of the charge?
Yes, I believe he does.
Has he been able to assist you in his defense?
He has.
I approve the waiver. Is there an agreement?
Yes, Your Honor. The agreement is a $300 fine with court costs, 6 months deferred adjudication, 36 hours of community service, and no contact with Laura. I'll spell it for the record, L-A-U-R-A, Cyr, C-Y-R, and no contact with 6123.
I'm sorry, that was R-C-Y-R, the last name?
The last name is C-Y-R.
C-Y-R, okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all right. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No worries, Judge. And no contact with 6123 Plumbago, and that is P-L-U-M-B-A-G-O place.
What was the number of the address?
6123.
Thank you. All right, so Ms. Shuttle, is that your understanding of the agreement?
It is, Judge, and we did just want to ask that the court consider probating part of that fine. My client is on SSI disability and he is a full-time student at UTSA.
All right,
And
yes,
he's got no priors, I'm sorry.
okay. I will grant your request. I will probate 150 of it. Okay,
Thank you.
all right. So Mr. Mungia, to the offense of criminal trespass on private property as a Class B misdemeanor, how do you plead, sir? And your waiver says no contest. Are you still pleading no contest?
I'm still pleading no contest.
All right. Is anybody forcing you to enter this plea?
Nobody is forcing me.
Are you doing this of your own free will?
I'm doing this of my own free will.
All right. I accept your plea. I am not making any findings of guilt. I will place you on deferred adjudication for a period of 6 months. Assess a $300 fine plus court costs. However, $150 of that fine is probated. You are to complete 36 hours community service, have no contact with Laura Sire, CYR, and no contact with 6123 Plumbago Place. I'm going to also offer you 15 hours community service credit if you are fully or become fully vaccinated for COVID. That is purely an option, not mandatory in any sense. Okay, so is there anything further from defense?
No, Your Honor, I'm sure you're going to give my client instructions as to what he does next.
Yes.
Okay, nothing further then.
All right. Anything further from the state?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
So I have followed your agreement, sir. That means you do not have a right to appeal. I do want to stress that deferred adjudication is a great result. If you keep all your promises, you will not have a conviction. That's pretty important, especially for someone like you, young and a student. That means that the court expects you to fulfill all and comply with all the terms and conditions of your probation. Because if the state files a motion and I find sufficient reason to follow it, then I can give you that conviction, revoke your community supervision, assess up to 180 days in Bexar County Jail, and you would have a very limited right of appeal. That's really important for you to know because that's a real downside. It's really important that you commit to succeeding with this deferred adjudication that is a very special agreement that your attorney has obtained for you. Now, I'm going to ask you further on your personal data sheet. Do you swear that everything you put on your personal data sheet is true and correct to the best of your knowledge?
It's true and correct to the best of my knowledge.
All right. Thank you, sir. At this time, we're going to adjourn this hearing. I'm going to ask you to meet in a breakout room with Mr. Corey Richardson, our CLO. He's going to give you important information on what to expect and how to proceed. I want to remind you that the probation department is there to help you. If you have any questions at all, please do not feel shy or reluctant to ask questions. It's all about helping you succeed in this program, okay?
Okay.
Okay?
Yes,
You understand, Mr. Mungia?
I understand.
All right. I want to wish you the best of luck, sir. This hearing is terminated. When you get on your screen a prompt that says join breakout room and it'll give you a special number, will you please click on that? And then you will be meeting with Mr. Richardson, okay?
Yes, okay.
Thank you, sir. Best of luck to you. This hearing's adjourned.
Thank you, Judge. May I be excused?
Yes, thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for your patience.
We're happy to help. Okay, Mr. Dominic, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for asking. I'm here on a civil matter, which was set in presiding court and delegated to your court, Your Honor. It is 2020 CV 02877.
Right, okay.
It's a hearing on special exceptions to the other side, which is a plaintiff in this matter. I'm the movement here, right?
Right.
They have not responded to any of my, I want to say 4 or 5 emails and phone calls I've made over the past month. So I'm not really sure what's going on. But in either case, I think for the record, I'd like to have these special exceptions or at least an attempt of them on the record in case,
All right.
just to keep the record straight, in other words.
Okay, so I'm going to call the case is 2020 CV 02877. And it's styled Jose Luis Hernandez versus Daniel Guerrero. And we had set this hearing at 2:30. It is now 2:41. Thank you for your patience. We were finishing up with our little plea that we had scheduled. So at this time, do you want to make your announcement, please?
Yes, Michael Dominic for defendant and movement in this cause, Daniel Guerrero.
All
And we're
right.
ready.
Okay, and let the record reflect that it is 11 minutes after the appointed time. And Mr. Dominic is the only one here. Do you have any objection to waiting another 10 minutes, Mr. Dominic? See if something untoward occurred to keep them from coming here?
No objection at all, Your Honor.
All right, let's do that. And let me see. I do have copies of everything.
Okay,
I-
it's a pretty simple matter, Your Honor. We're accepting the petition on on 2 grounds. He's suing for breach of contract, and as well, he's also got some tort causes of action in there, which
Right.
I'd say are barred by the economic loss rule. So those should be dismissed. And his
But
breach of,
I'm going to ask you, let's wait another 10 minutes.
oh, okay. I thought I was just giving you a background.
Yeah, no, but I think they
No objection.
would object to you telling me anything about it. I think.
Okay, yes, let's avoid ex parte.
Yeah, so we'll just go off the record for a couple of minutes until,
Okay,
I guess 10 minutes is 2:51. Yeah, we'll do that. I mean, these are crazy times. They're not really back to normal at all, right?
it's kind of, yeah, so. I was at the courthouse this morning. Some courts are fully in person, so
Yeah.
seems like it's going in that direction.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that it's a split. Some people, and then I don't know, are we really out of the woods? I don't know that.
I don't think so
Um,
either, but
let me get off of the YouTube live since I want to just chat about stuff that has nothing to do with the
okay.